rather our daughter be in the woods with a bear or a man?
Like, is the bear near her?
They're just in the woods.
You say it like man. What kind of man?
That's all we know. Man or bear?
I don't like it. I don't like either. I don't know.
What about woman or bear?
Woman.
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
I'm leaning towards the bear. Maybe it's a friendly bear.
What if it's a friendly man?
Oh, that's worse. I don't like these games you play.
There's no way y'all would rather be trapped in the woods with a bear over a man.
In March of 2022, 4 men were convicted of gang raping, murdering, and then eating a monitor lizard. They were caught because the trail cams in the wildlife preserve recorded it. Somebody went back and saw those videos and saw this act. Tell me again why I should be more afraid of bears.
There's no way y'all would rather be trapped in the woods with a...
Okay, you ready?
What am I ready for?
Would you rather our daughter be in the woods with a bear or a man?
Is neither a choice?
No.
Woods with a bear or a man? A bear. Because the bear will be friendly to her.
Says who?
Huh?
Says who?
Because she's going to be the sweetest soul. She's going to be a little animal whisperer. A man. You know what? I'd rather have her get mauled by a bear because it's a quick death
Don't even say that.
compared to getting abused and harassed by some random man.
Okay. Okay.
What's your say?
Lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you.
A bear having the desire to unalive a woman is still the worst that it'll do to that woman. And possibly eat her and feed her to its cubs, but mainly that, they will maul you and then leave your body on the ground and walk away, right? There's so many methods to defending yourself from a bear. You make a lot of noise, you make yourself seem bigger, you hit the bear in the nose. There's video of people hitting bears in the nose who clearly had the desire to unalive them, but because they kicked the bear in the nose, the bear left because it was hurt. Now, in both scenarios, the woman is running away. The worst a bear will do is it's like, right? It's making noise. A man chasing after a woman while she's running away. Men can communicate. Unlike a bear, a man can laugh while chasing after a woman. He can say to her, shouting at her, while he's approaching her, what he plans to do to her. A bear cannot do that. A man can drag out his process of wanting to unalive a woman, purposely waiting until she gets tired and just staring at her, or, and then continuing to go after her. And then he'll do whatever he wants with her body before he unalives her. There's so many pictures of the after result of a man taking the life of a woman, and he has a bunch of scratch marks all over his body. She clearly fought back, but he didn't care. He didn't care how badly she injured him. And let's not forget, a bear can unalive you, possibly eat you. Men can also and have been cannibals. There is no creature on this planet scarier than a human because of how intelligent a human is, how intelligent a man is, how a man can make up a whole storyline in his head of what he wants to do to a woman before he unalives her. And we have millions of cases to be looked at and see what men have done to women. There are no unknowns when it comes to what a bear might do to you. But depending on the man, you have no idea what he has thought of what he wants to do before he finally takes your life. That's what you're missing. That's what you're missing because you do not experience this type of fear. You've shared how tall you are. You're over 6 foot. You've shared how muscular you are. This is not a fear that you have when it comes to a man, another man.
After what I just saw, I would not blame any woman if they said they'd rather be with the bear. I'm just saying. I just saw an article that said 5 men gang raped a monitor lizard. Essentially a dragon with no wings. And obviously can't breathe fire. They gang raped it, killed it, and ate it. At this point, grizzle. And so, fellas, I got a question for y'all. Would you rather be in the woods with a grizzly bear or in the woods with Prime John Jones on cocaine that was possessed by Jeffrey Dahmer and Fleece Johnson? Because they coming for that virgin hole and they smoking your boots. Which would you rather? I know what I'm going to do. Grizzle.
It's kind of sad that some men are still in denial and their egos are bruised that a woman would rather choose a bear, a grizzly bear, in a forest than men. And I brought up these videos of men even saying they wouldn't even want their daughter that they care about in a forest with a man. And what was concerning was one of the men, the woman asked, well, what if it's he goes, well, what if it's a friendly bear? It may be, he rather risks it being a friendly bear than a man. And the wife goes, well, what if it's a friendly man? And he goes, oh, that's even worse. That is very concerning because men who are not in their ego, okay, and they're not thinking about themselves, actually understand how dangerous it is being a woman and being in a space with a random man, because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what type of man you're going to get. Sometimes you don't even see that person for who they really are until you guys break up. There was a story about a young lady who was shot 4 times in the chest by her ex-boyfriend that she had a restraining order against. And the laws show time and time that women are not protected. I don't know how many stories I have seen where women have did the right thing. You know, they filed the police report. They told people, they got away. They left the situation. And all men want to do is say, pick the good guy, pick the good guy, pick the good guy. And then when you ask them, who is the good guy? They don't even know who the good guy is. They don't even know who the bad guy is. And it's always left up to the woman to choose better. But I think the best thing a woman can do in this time and era today is choose herself. That seems like the only safest way, because if a man lies to you and manipulates, somehow you're supposed to know that. You're supposed to know and be responsible that if a man comes into your life and plays a certain role and manipulates you, that you are supposed to be responsible for his lies. You are responsible for his manipulation, and you are responsible for how he just turns into a monster after you leave the situation and say, you know what, I am going to choose better. And I realize that you are not my choice. So I'm going to go ahead and exit this situation. But no, it's too late, because a lot of men are possessive. Okay. I personally know of a situation where a man deleted the woman because she left him. And there's been many situations like that I've heard of growing up that hit close to home. So I know very well how dangerous it is to get yourself involved with a man because you don't know him. And when you get to know him and then find out that he's not a good choice for you, and then you leave, then he doesn't want you to leave and then causes chaos. Or you end up having a child with him, which I don't recommend, but some women are fooled with the lies and the manipulation by certain men, and they put on a face, they put on a facade, and then next thing you know, you're trapped in a situation with this violent man or this man that just won't let you move on with your life. So actually, I was at a roundtable discussion and we actually were talking about the bear or the man. And one person brought up a good point. They said, what's the most cause of women's death, the number one cause of women's death? And she goes, it's not heart disease. It's not high blood pressure. It's not car accidents. Okay. It's not cancer. It's not any type of disease. It is by the hands of a man. That is the number one killer of women. And when you really look at it, it's actually pretty scary out here dating because you don't know what you're going to get. You can't say choose better when you have to get to know that person first. You have to date that person a couple of times. You have to build a bond with that person a couple of times to figure out if it's a match or not. Then when you decide to leave, it may not be easy for you to leave. So when you step out the door to go on a date, to meet a guy, he seems friendly, and then he does something to you, society and men look at you and say, well, you should have chose better. Men are not dating other men. And the men that are dating other men are the ones that actually understand how dangerous it is to date men. The men who have daughters understand when it comes down to, would you allow your daughter to date this type of man? Then the ego is out the window. Then the pride is out the window. And then they want to be serious about it. So if the men are telling women to choose the bear, then what are you mad about? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. Would you choose the bear or the man? And this other guy made a great point. Men, would you choose the bear or the man? Would you choose 5 men? Because that you can't ask a man, would you choose a man or a bear? Because he can confidently say, I can fight the man. I can, team up with the man. We can help each other out. But if you have to put the situation more extreme because women and men are not the same. So therefore, men are stronger than women, faster than women, and all those other things. So therefore, we got to make it fair. This man got to be pumped up with some type of cocaine, some drug, and basically a Jeffrey Dahmer. Would you want to be stuck in a forest with a strong ass Jeffrey Dahmer or a bear? I think you will choose the bear as well. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below.